It was huge for us, and we talked about today expecting him to throw the baseball well and go deep into a game and went 8 innings and gave that late homer. But he was dominant. He was dominant. A team that is offensive, getting ahead of, gosh, I think it was over 80% of the hitters. Every quadrant he worked tonight, and he was on the attack from the beginning.
Did you know the entire time you were pulling Barnes back to let him hit there in the 8th for himself?
Yeah, we did. It was one of those where he was at with his pitch count. I felt good with where they were at in the lineup for him to continue to go on. But I felt that maybe a little gamesmanship and give Yasmani a chance having it bad. So he had some pitches, earned a walk, and put Woody out there and didn't expect to hit though.
Just 5 strikeouts on the night, but incredibly efficient outing overall. What has been the biggest difference that you've seen with him?
I think that the number one from the beginning is health, but I think that his ability to locate and command all 3 pitches. Very rarely does a pitcher have the command that he has for this extended period of time of the 3 pitches, and he's getting ahead of guys and knows how to induce soft contact. There was a couple spots right there where he got the ground ball when he needed, and I think that a team like that, for him to get ahead, putting them on the defensive, they were in defense mode from the beginning, so there was only 5 strikeouts today, but he was getting ahead of guys and putting those guys on the defensive.
Has Jock seen the ball better coming out of the hand?
He is, and I think that with Jock, he's been really working on trying to slow his body down, see the baseball, use the big part of the field, and kind of in turn he got to a couple balls in today that sped his bat up, but I think that that's still because the mechanics are sound and the approach is sound.
When you're mentioned in the same breath as Oral Hershiser, that's a pretty special start to the season that Alex Wood is having from a historical perspective. Pretty heady situation for him to be in at this point through 10 starts.
It is. But credit to Alex and sort of speaking for him and just knowing his mindset is, I think that's all well and good. But I think that right now all he's focused on is enjoying tonight and focusing on his next start. And as a group, we're pretty dang good at kind of appreciating things like that, but really focusing on things that we have to do the next day.
Dave, maybe I'm totally misremembering this, but I recall last year during a game when Clayton was on the mound and really attacking, that you said something in the dugout to Alex, like, this is the sort of guy we want you to be. What is it like to see him attacking now in that same sort of way?
It's, for me, just seeing the makeup of Alex, and I know he's got that compete in him, and the preparation. Just when he wasn't right or performing like he is now, it was a little bit for me of trying to be too fine and not trusting his stuff. And so, as a former hitter, you can tell when a pitcher is on the attack, and it's a helpless feeling. And especially with his 3-pitch mix, there's no reason he should nibble or try to be too fine, because his pitch execution is good as it is. So it's a mindset that I really and I know Honey and we all appreciate that Clayton has, and Alex is really sort of, you see this guy every 5th day and it's taken to it.
How much of a luxury is it to have Kenley?
It's huge. I think there's teams out there that aren't locked down at the back end, and it's tough. Those games are tough to recover from. But when you have the best closer in the game, when you feel as confident that the game's over when he comes to the game, it's a great feeling. So that's a big reason why we can sustain the momentum of the next day. And Kenley's really grown to be one of the leaders on this team.